I am a simple man, and I have a simple brain. When I see colors, I like. So it's no surprise that I have been pretty intrigued with the idea of CS skins since I first started playing CSGO almost a decade ago. I was so intrigued, in fact, that when I was a young tween, I spent a lot of money on cases, unboxed a $300 knife, and, being a smart man, traded it away for more cases, eventually losing all the value. And that's the problem. The best skins require you to shell out the big bucks. But what if money wasn't a factor? What kinds of skins should you get then? Well, today, I'm going to be going over what my dream CS2 loadouts would be on a budget of $10, $100, and $10,000. Now, this video isn't sponsored, but for the best prices, I'm going to be using csgoskins.gg for my research, which is a website that shows you the cost of every skin in the game from a variety of different marketplaces. Also, even though I could technically get a pair of gloves and a knife for the $100 budget, I'm only getting gloves since they're seen with every skin, and so we have more money for the guns themselves. Finally, although you can't equip every gun at the same time, I will be making sure I get a skin for each weapon available. And for the sake of variety, I won't be repeating any skins even if I like them a lot. With that out of the way, let's get to the $10 loadout. For just $10, I didn't really have the best budget to make a good themed loadout, so I just focused on the skins that gave me the best bang for my buck. Don't get it twisted though, there are some gems of CS skins that cost only a couple cents. Like, for example, our first skin, the CZ Honey Paisley, which despite being the cheapest CZ skin in the game, is one of my favorites. It has a very nice red and yellow hand painted look for just 2 cents. Insane. For the Deagle, we have the field tested Tilted, which for just 10 cents is pretty nice, showing off that iconic overpass graffiti look. Our dualies are going to be rocking the Dueling Dragon skin, which actually still looks very nice when battle scarred, just getting darker, but still keeping all of the design. The 5.7 we're buying is a minimal wear flame test, which has a nice purple and silver thrasher flame thing going on. We have a nice Gamma 2 skin, the Weasel, for our Glock 18, which is rocking a nicely sketched for it. And transitioning from that cute weasel into a huge Cthulhu looking monster, we have the gnarled P2000 for just 20 cents. The P250 Valence is a sleek, gray and blue accented skin. For this price, we're not gonna get blow you away ADHD skins, but stuff like this, I like it. Believe it or not, the R8 Banana Cannon is the first out of 2 banana themed skins you're gonna see today. The Tech9 Fubar is part of the Danger Zone collection, which is coincidentally what they called it when I was deployed in Nam. I still see them sometimes. For just 59 cents, the Alpine Camo has a very nice purple and blue camo pattern with a glossy finish. Another one of those clean, low-key skins. And speaking of blue, can you guess what color the Zeus Electric Blue is? Green. Honestly, if Valve made the Mac 10 calf skin a classified grade skin, I don't think anyone would bat an eye, which makes it even nicer that it's actually just a 5-cent industrial grade skin. Not every skin is as cool as the last though, like this MP5 Liquidation, which is just chilling there. Another Paisley skin, the MP7 Coral Paisley pairs very nicely with the Honey Paisley, which, when I say it like that, sounds like I'm describing restaurant food. The MP9 Nexus sounds a lot cooler than it looks, but it's still pretty nice, especially just for 9 cents. I actually really like the P90 Straight Dimes. I think it's pretty dang cool. It makes the gun look more angular, and the welding lines pair nicely with the silver finish. The PP Bison Night Riot combines blue camo and carbon fiber patterns together pretty nicely. The UMP Motorized takes full advantage of the 3D effect that works very nicely in CS2, just like the skin itself. The Mag 7 Insomnia is finally a skin that combines a nice color with a very cool and weird design. One of my favorites so far. Dude, I want a countertop that looks like the Nova Turquoise Pour when I get my own house. I mean, look at it. I like the sawed-off black sand because it stands out from the other base camo pattern skins. Also, for some reason, it reminded me of the Reserve Shooter from TF2, even though the Fubar looks way more like it. Purple, pink, and blue are some of my favorite colors. Combine that with the dripping effect, and the XM Gumwall camo is way cooler than just another camo skin. The M249 Spectre looks... whatever, dude. The Negev Sour Grapes is a nice, deep, reflected purple that goes around the whole skin. Very nice. Oh yeah, and as you can see in the corner, one thing I'm going to be including for some skins is an honorable mention or two, if I think that there are any other skins that fit the loadouts nicely. So for the Negev, I'm choosing the Negev Wallbang as our honorable mention. As the most expensive skin in the $10 section, The AK-47 Elite build is a classic skin that goes well with a lot of stickers and loadouts. Take a good look, cause this is a fifth of our budget. I don't remember ever really picking up the snake AUG pick. I don't remember ever really picking up the AUG snake pit, so seeing it in game and realizing there's big snake heads on it makes it a whole lot cooler to me. The FAMAS Grey Ghost seems like a skin you would see being held by a white out winter soldier. I really like this one. You would probably look cool rocking the Galil connection if you also had the Phoenix Agent skin, or at least you would to your enemies, I guess. I actually had the M4A1S Amphorasaurus for a while, and I gotta say, although the dinosaur is nice, I really like the vibrant green on the whole skin. I think the little shades of brown on the polymag actually go quite a ways into making it unique from the default skin, while still being clean. The SG553 Old Rusty got more style to it than Toe Mater winning the Daytona 500. Yeehaw! As you'll see throughout this video, there are certain guns like the Op who Valve decided to just give all the best skins to, such as the Op Acheron, which is a pretty good steal for just 68 cents. Another trend that is kinda highlighted in this video is the new weekly drop collections having really solid skins for cheap prices. I mean, the G3 Red Jasper is not that good of an example, but it still is pretty nice for the price, not just being a monochromatic pump skin. I really like the spiky effect of the Scar 20 fragments. It has a very sleek black design and reminds me of those water bottles that crumple up, you know what I mean? Like I said, the Harlequin collection is a great example of the new and improved cheap skin gold mines. For just 12 cents, the Calligrapho is all yours. 1 cent for each letter of that godforsaken name. That wraps up the $10 section. In total, it would take you just about $9.92 for this full loadout. There were some pretty nice skins in there, especially for the fact that you could barely even buy one skin for this cheap in a lot of games. With that being said, there's still a lot of room for improvement and poor financial decisions to be made. So, let's move on to the $100 section. When making this loadout, I wanted to have an actual theme, and the one I decided on was actually based on a video I planned to make a while ago. Going back a few years, I wanted to make a video just like this one, going over the best green loadouts you can make for different price points. So, although that video never came to fruition, we could still carry on its legacy by making the $100 loadout all green. And, starting us off, we have the most important item for this loadout. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be getting a knife for the $100 loadout, even though technically I could, as to allow for more money spent on the actual skins. However, I did get a pair of gloves, more specifically, the driver's gloves Racing Green field tested, which will be seen every time we inspect a skin for this budget. Oh, also, I filmed the footage for this on Ancient, so all the skins will have water droplets on them. Sorry. First up, we have the CZ Charlie Sheen. I think this gun has a tendency to do cocaine from time to time, or something like that. Oh, Army Sheen. The Deagle Mint fan honestly isn't that great in terms of being a primarily green skin, but it is very nice overall, and I would say that it's a really good cheap skin. Also, the only other green Deagle is an Emerald Jorgamander, and, well, yeah. The polished Malachite dualies are just 21 cents, which is crazy because the real Emerald skin is almost $50 and looks dang near exact. It is also the first of many Boreal collection skins. Sometimes, you get a skin like the 5.7 Jungle that just isn't too special, but nonetheless, we still appreciate it for the service it provides to our loadout. Something that I think is special, however, is the Glock 18 Nuclear Garden. Fun fact, this skin uses the same pattern as the Op Acheron, and just like it, the combination of that pattern and the color scheme make this a great skin in my opinion. The green of the P2K turf, plus the font, camo, and maybe even name for some reason, gives me a golf vibe when I see it. I don't even fully know what that means, but you know. The P250 Ironclad pairs so nicely with the Racing Greens. I mean, just look at that. Art. I personally don't care for the brown accents on the leaf hopper, but the shiny green with the light green handle is pretty sick. +1 Boreal counter. I love skins that blend everyday objects seamlessly into the gun, and the Tech 9 Bamboozle is absolutely a prime example of that. I really like the USPS Tropical Breeze. The flowers remind me of wall art you can hang up, and the light mixed with the dark green is just great. +1 Boreal counter. The Swamp DD-Pat is literally the only Zeus skin with even a hint of green, unless you count like 3% of the Dragon Snore, but we'll get to that skin later. Regardless, for 3 cents, not bad. +1 Boreal counter. The back 10 is the first one where I'm gonna have to say it's a toss-up. Originally, I was gonna say the Acid Hex +1 Boreal counter, but now looking back, I think that the classic crate is just as good, if not better, albeit less green. So take your pick. Can you guess what collection this skin is from? Wait, Savannah? Yeah! I don't know if you guys feel me on this, but the MP7 Empire feels both very classic and somewhat new at the same time. I don't know. Regardless, it's in my top 2 MP7 skins. Speaking of classic, the MP9 Hydra takes a classic Operation logo and just sticks it onto a skin. Enough said. If I could change something about the P90 Grim, it would be changing the dark gray parts to a pure black to make it stand out more from the default. Aside from that though, it's a very nice skin. Again, I like when skins separate themselves from the default more than something like the fuel rod, which keeps the majority of it black, but the vibrant green does come out nice. Neon yellowish green and purple is not the first color combo that would come to my mind when designing a skin, but the Delusion makes it work very nicely in my opinion. The Mag 7 Wildwood is so nice. Everything on it works for me, from the main design, to the green handle, to the copper looking accents. 8 cents? Come on, no brainer. I've always loved the Nova Toy Soldier, and something cool about it is that the more wear it has, the more these little sketches show up. For this loadout though, I chose the cleaned up minimal wear version. I actually like how the only thing different about the sawed off Morris is the shiny flower design. Well, that and the front being a bit green, but you can't even see that. The XM104 Watchdog and M249 Aztec are both battle scarred because they both get greener the more wear they have. Combine that with a cheaper price, and that's a hell yeah for me, Brody. The Negev Army Sheen makes you feel like Rambo. Well, I mean, just as much as the original does, but that's still a lot. There's a ton of cool green AK skins, but the wintergreen manages to hold its own with that shiny, emerald green, and varnished wood look. Man, why do all skins gotta have so many scratches even in minimal wear? Regardless, the carved jade is nice, and is also the first example of me picking the souvenir version, which is cheaper due to the original being used in trade-ups. The font and overall look of the Meow 36 give me vibes of a Valve game that's not CS2, for some reason. Like Half-Life or Left 4 Dead or something, even though I've never played either. For the Galil, we have the Vandal. Yeah, I'm sorry, that joke sucks. Personally, I think I might like the M4 Source more than the Flashback, but we already used it, and I think that the green goes better with this loadout anyways. Wait, Flashback? Oh no! The Polymag is so weird to see, because I remember back when most of the M4A4's green skins got there by technicality. But now, with this and the Full Throttle, green skin fans have something to be excited about. Ah, finally a skin I don't have to sugarcoat. The SG553 Dragon Tech is awesome. The dragon's facing towards you when you inspect it, unlike most dragon skins. And I didn't even notice until now the motherboard looking parts on the back stock of the gun. I love this skin. And it seems that even my PC's alarm was hyped too, because we have back-to-back bangers with this Op Atheris. One of the cleanest ops from any price point. It's basically a baby dragon lore, except I might be bold enough to say that I just might like it even more than the dragon lore. Please don't kill me, CS gods. I honestly like the blue coloring of the Dreamclade more than the green, but it's still a pretty nice skin for the G3 SG. Maybe it's just because it reminds me of going to Home Depot as a kid, but I really like this Scar 20 Power Core. Even before a lot of skins were really shiny in CS2, the Power Core had a nice sheen to it in Global Offensive. And wrapping up our $100 greens is the SSG08 Acid Fade Factory New, which is also the only condition that it comes in. If you can, I would recommend going for a very green fade pattern, something like Skin Index 12, which is what I'm showcasing here. Now, if you're a broke freaking peasant, or you just hate me, then you can stop watching here. But if you want to see how the real ballers play, then here's my dream $10,000 budget loadout. Although, I don't think the word budget even applies here. When looking at CS2 skins, I tend to favor vibrant colors, cool effects, and shiny sparkles. Basically, I'm 4 years old. So, for this loadout, I chose mostly skins that fit this vibrant theme. But I also didn't just choose random skins because they had a lot of color. If I liked it, I chose it, regardless of popularity or cost, up to $10,000 of course. Just like with the $100 loadout, I'm starting out with the gloves. For someone who's been a fan of CS skins for years, seeing the prices of gloves and knives tank is kinda crazy, but also very nice for our loadouts. So, for a colorful loadout, we need some colorful gloves, and I have just the pair. Vice Gloves Minimal Wear for only, yes, only $2,100. The price of these suckers for sure upped the coolness factor for me, but I've always thought that these looked really nice, regardless of cost. And on that same wavelength, our knife is going to be the Butterfly Doppler Phase 1 Factory New. Just a year ago, this knife would have cost you your kidney and balls, but now you could get the steal of an offer for just $2,500 for some pixels. Now that we have half our budget gone already, we can start actually getting into the skins. I'm also choosing 2 honorable mention skins for each weapon because there are just so many nice skins in CS, and it was pretty dang hard to narrow it down to my favorite for each gun, so feel free to switch those in as you choose. Our first pistol is going to be the CZ Tacticat, which only costs $3.86. I think the skin is really clean regardless of the loadout, but when you're rocking the Vices, that combo goes crazy. The Souvenir Fennec Fox is a beautifully etched, colorful skin that fits the vibe of this loadout without being too noisy. And although I didn't show it here, looks even better when the souvenir stickers are kept on, in my opinion. In a game where skins have skulls, dragons, and all types of crazy imagery, the fact that you can kill your opponents with 2 water pistols is a refreshing juxtaposition. The fake water droplets, plastic look, and vibrant colors are so sick, and just like the Tacticat, the price makes the deal even sweeter. I might be a real street gangster from 63rd, but sometimes I just feel all cute and stuff, know what I mean? The Fairy Tale is full of colors that pair really nicely with our gloves, and the drawing on the side is really pleasant. I was shocked to see how much the FN Snack Attack shot up after the knife trade-up update, but luckily the StatTrak minimal wear has managed to stay at relatively the same price. Another fake plastic, colorful skin. I'm a chud. Moving on. I don't think I knew that the P2K Acid Etched could have a clover on it before researching for this vid, but that's just another reason why it's probably my favorite P2K skin. The Vino Primo looks like a luxury car combined with a couch cushion made for a palace. I'm gonna let you decide what that means. I don't know if I'm just extremely slow to notice this, but under the CS2 lighting, the Llama Cannon looks very blue, which I didn't realize in CSGO. Again, another shiny, etched, nicely colored skin that provides a bit of contrast with the loadout, but still fits pretty well. The Decimator is not only one of my favorite Tech 9 skins, but also fits like a glove with our, gloves. I'm subbing in one of my bench players for my starters, because although I started out with the sleeping potion in this spot, I think that the Jawbreaker is actually way cleaner looking back, especially with the Vices. The Zeus Dragon Snore, which I literally realized the pun while working on this video, is honestly such a clean skin. If it was on an actual gun, I have no doubt it would be even more expensive than it already is. Also, seeing stickers on the souvenir version of a Zeus? Weird, man. Also not worth, because it literally covers half the gun. The MAC-10 Neon Rider looks like it was made solely to be the sickest combo with the Vices, which it absolutely is. The skin was so powerful, it spawned in this Neon Rider. He also decided to be all up on my Johnston for like 5 minutes, so that was a fun waste of time. As opposed to the other color vomit skins, the MP5 SD Phosphor has rainbow vomit all over it, making it cooler. Seriously though, a 6-year-old's Lucky Charms vomit shouldn't go this well on a skin. I didn't even know about the MP7 Smoking Kills until like a couple weeks ago, and now it's firmly in my top 2 right next to the Empire. Shiny as heck, nice colors, cool name. Check, check, check. It's so funny that I both love the Overstim bait skins as well as the most gorgeous painted skins, with the MP9 Mount Fuji being a great example of the latter. An example of the former is a P90 Death by Kitty. Even for me, this skin is a bit too Takashi Murakami Explosive Diarrhea, but I low-key think that this is the best fit for this loadout. The PP Bison High Roller is hands down my favorite of his skins. Such a fun design and classy colors, and I absolutely love the mag being turned into a huge stack of chips. Mwah. Bonjour de Mona Lisa. I always knew the Neo Noir collection was great, but I hadn't seen the UMP until now. My favorite part of this great skin is the katana on the mag. It goes so hard. The Mag 7 skin is going to be the only 3-way tie of this video. At first, I chose the Justice, so I'm going to use that for pricing. However, the Cincadia, although way too expensive, just looks so nice. But at the same time, if we're going to be shelling out thousands, you gotta flex a bit with the Swag 7. I mean, come on, you can even put frickin' swag stickers on it to upgrade it. As you could tell, I really like the Asian art style skins, but what pushed the Rising Sun over the Bloomstick for me was the glass paint effect and how well the pink matched. What a great skin. The Sawed-Off Serenity and the XM Tranquility were both made by the same person and both look very similar. I really love the blue of the Serenity, and the red XM looks very nice as well. The M249 Nebula Crusader was like the only good skin that I haven't talked about yet, aside from the Downtown, which is an honorable mention. It reminds me of a lunchbox, and honestly in America you could probably bring it to school as one. Is the 4th vid too early to be making that joke? The Negev Lionfish is also in the same kind of boat, because the only other great Negev skin we don't have money for. But if you do have the cash, you could blow it on the Mjolnir factory new with 6 iBuy Power Hollows, costing a measly $600,000 to $1 million. Another Neon Rider skin, but can you blame me? Equally as cool and iconic as the Mac 10, the AK Neon Rider just fits so well with devices not to be placed here. For the AUG skin, I chose a more low-key skin that I've always liked a good amount, the Arctic Wolf. I think that the small notes of red contrast really well with the rest, and the rest of the colors don't stray away from the theme too badly. The FAMAS Mecha Industries is pretty much just the cooler Arctic Wolf. I feel like a robot holding this gun, and not the AI trash way either. I feel like RoboCop. The Galil skin was also very close to being another toss-up, but I think that the Sugar Rush just feels a little better than the Rocket Pop. If you're looking for a really nice Galil skin though, the Rocket Pop is a great choice. Vaporwave is, in my opinion, a great aesthetic, and although some skins other than this one capture that feeling better, the M4A1S Vaporwave is bright yet chill. Japanese art, a dragon, and vibrant colors, that's more stuff packed into one skin than those buy one get 43 infomercial ads. Sign me up for the M4A4 Dragon King. The SG Inner Grail is like the coolest fake billboard I've ever seen. Love that red, white, and blue, which makes perfect sense for a skin from a map collection inspired by Italy. Wait, no, that's not right. Now, I know I said don't kill me for the last op skin, but please actually don't kill me for this one. As much as my honorable mention, the Medusa has crazy aura and is historically one of the top skins in the whole game, I think that the Op Silk Tiger just fits a little better for this loadout. Again, if you think the Medusa, or any other op skin for that matter, fits here, then be my guest. With all this talk about expensive skins, it's a good thing that we have half a dang pirate ship on the G3 SG1 high seas. There are no skins that really fit seamlessly into this loadout, so I just chose one of my favorite G3 skins. The Bloodsport is one of the few skins that is both over the top and also very calm. It's kind of like the subbed version of the Integral anime if you think about it. I'm sorry, I'm finishing the script up at 12 AM, so I'm zooted right now. And for our final skin, we're ending it off with a banger in the form of the Scout Turbo Peak. I love the cars that this thing is showcasing, as well as the pink, orange, yellow gradient, and even the tacky font at the back handle, a perfect encapsulation of how fun this loadout is. So those were my 3 dream loadouts. If you guys like this type of video, please let me know because I had a lot of fun doing the research for this video. With that being said, I'm probably going to get back to you guys in a couple days with another episode of Isaac, and then after that I think I might try some Pokemon stuff, or maybe I'll do some more single, non-episode type stuff, I don't know. Please comment down below what you guys want to see next, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe of course for more content. And with that being said, I'm going to go wrap up this video here. Have a great day, and God bless.